back to more Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. Last time we left off, we did end part 1 of chapter 3. Now we're going to be continuing. Also, there's probably going to be a lot of cuts this episode because I'm sick and talking is a lot harder, so I'll be taking a lot more drinks of water. So if you're like, why is he cutting so much out of this video? That's why. I don't know if you care, but you know, I'm just letting you know, okay? I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, and the truth will be lost. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this. And what is that? When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. I am Kay Faraday, the second of the great Yatagarasu. I thought you were a thief, not a hero. Yatagarasu is noble, and it is always a thief of justice. That's... of course! We have enough information. I can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Plus, if we factor in everyone's testimony, you can't recreate exactly what happened when I dropped... You can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. We may be able to figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang? Ah, so you want to use your little toy? Be my guest. Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Detective Gumshoe, is there a copy of the haunted house's blueprints among the police reference documents? Yes, sir. We got it just in case we needed it for the kidnapping case. Alright, I'll input the haunted house data then. What is this? Where are we? It's like we're inside the haunted house. You can't inspect the real location itself. The path to the truth slumbers here. If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene. Oh. Okay, what should I recreate first? You haven't figured it out yet? Maybe I have, and maybe I haven't, but I'm gonna make you do all the hard work. Very well, I'd like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. 2 of them were definitely in this place at that time. If I can verify that, it may provide me with a new lead. I had just come into the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. At that time I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hall. Eh? What was the badger doing all the way down there? I also thought it was strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set there for atmosphere. Do you know which badger it was? No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette. In that case, I guess I'll just program a badger silhouette for now. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, programming complete. Well... Ooh, creepy. Then I started walking towards the exit. And that's when you were struck from behind, right? Yes. But that's odd. The hallway is a dead end. Where did your assailant come from? There's only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here. That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was in fact a costume kidnapper. Oh, so he's the costume is a perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house. Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. I can think of no better hiding place than this. Hey, not bad. Me didn't think I should steal this tactic for myself. Just don't use it to do anything criminal, okay? I get it. Yeet! Well, Lance, what are you asking me for? As one of the kidnappers, I figure I should give you a chance to confess first. I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money. You set foot inside? Is he telling the truth, or is this another lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me. Yes, I'm sure it was him. Okay, inputting the new info now. Mr. Deacon was the bad badger, right? Since the bad badger had a gun attached to his right hand, I've obtained so the weapon is in his left hand. I had to verify the facts of this recreation. Begin investigation. Alright. He didn't recreate the weapon. Well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So tell me, what were you hit with? The attack came from behind, so I have no idea, but I doubt it was someone's bare hands. Okay, then where were you hit? It's hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. There's a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious. Ouch, sounds painful. Why are you smirking like that when you say it? It's just your imagination. Now let's see. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon. I'm looking for something the culprit could have used to hit you with. Oh, I present something? Oh, the sword, I guess? I have it. There was indeed one such object lying here in this hallway. A prop sword. You talking about this thing here? Yes. Although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait. Yes. It's possible the culprit took it with him after using it on me. To leave no evidence behind, right? Correct. It may be worth more thorough examination yet. Okay, so what do you want to run? What do you want to run on this sword? Test with luminol. Oh! Luminol is actually a really good idea. The culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so a fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a new luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood was found its way onto this. Agent Lang, when I ask for your cooperation in this matter... I think I have a choice. Sheena, call the lab boys. Understood. Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless. So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right? Okay. Okay, I'll update the recreation with this new piece of info. Whoa, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. What rest of expected? Every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Finally, I found a clear contradiction of facts about this sword. Except for a bit on the left side, this prop sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side. The opposite side? Huh? If the culprit held the sword in his left hand, then the sword's right side would be hit. I see, but the blow is on the left side of the sword, right? Which means that he used his right hand to hit you. Exactly. This prop sword is a large handgun attached to the hilt. It would be impossible to hold it with two hands while wearing a costume with such big hands. Therefore, it couldn't be the left hand or both hands. It must have been the right. Changing that to reflect a right-handed swing. Not yet, Kay. There's no sense in changing anything yet. If you change the parameters to the right hand parameters, it only create a new contradiction. Cheating the prop sword to being the culprit would conflict with what? The fact that he has a gun. The bad badger already holds a gun in his right hand, so he can't hold a sword in addition. Hey, that's right. Then what now? It wasn't his left or his right hand. It means that the one who struck me could not have been the bad badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect. Fine, it was me, I hit you. It appears that you lied to me yet again, but see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance. Wait, isn't Lance left-handed? Ah, yes, but that's what makes this deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me, so you see firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword. Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from behind was Lance, or should I say the proto-badger. You got it, here I go! Woo! Now we have a faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me. Alright, all we have to do is examine this new creation and... And what exactly is so funny, Agent Lang? That amusing little gadget. Sure packs a punch, right, Sheena? Yes, it was all I could do to hold my laughter in. Hey, don't make fun of little thief, you mean old werewolf. He and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other. You've had your little fun, but now it's my turn. I've sat quietly by, listening, but the crude conclusions you two keep spewing don't whet this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. Sorry. All it displays is whatever information you put in there, right? Well, when you put it that way... Your suppositions are wrong. It's not your fault, so I'm gonna let you in on this. There's a trick to this haunted house. And what may that be exactly? A trick beyond what your tiny imagination can produce. Sheena! Here you are. Now then, what you miss, girlie? It's written right here in this pamphlet. 7 Wonders of the Haunted House, the Disappearing Badger. What is this? That's it, someone around here is fond of theatrics, and as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the blue badger you saw was just a stupid doll. How could this be? Guess that throws your whole theory about it being your attacker right out the window. But that can't be right. Maybe the culprit hid the doll somewhere. And then he laid down and pretended to be it instead. The criminal couldn't even hide himself in the hallway. How could he hide a giant doll? Do you get it now? Thanks to your that was me. Do you get it now? Thanks to your presumptions. Your logic started off weak and led you to the completely wrong conclusion. And get off your high horse. Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, I wonder if you could please input the new information for me. You don't know what to quit, do you? I can't quit, not until I declare that I've found the truth. Agent Lang, for the additional information, you have my thanks. There you go again. We'll see if I care. Okay, I'm updating the recreation now. That looks really weird. Look at how it changes from the blue badger into the proto badger all of a sudden. The slump-toothed badger was just a doll. Where is my attacker hiding? Well, that's what we're gonna find out, right? So, come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go. Yes, let's. The recreation can't be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere. Huh. Oh. What they found earlier are thicker than the charts from these mirrors on the wall. And look, there's some sort of design on the back of them too. Pieces from that costume are certainly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Can it be that our pieces are not pieces of these mirrors? Huh. Oh. Hold on a second here. There is something wrong with this blue badger. Huh? Like what? The way the belt is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake? It can't be. I inputted the image data as it is in the pamphlet. So why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse? Wait, what? What? It looks the exact same. What are you talking about? Oh, I see. Ah, he was in the mirror. That makes sense. That shot is from a mirror. Okay, do you remember what you said earlier? What I said earlier about what? About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors. A house of mirrors? Oh! That would explain the reversed or mirror image. Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more than the reflected image of a real one. Then was the blue badger you saw just a reflection? When I looked down this hall, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror... Oh, then it would actually be in the form of an L shape, right? Precisely. I was deceived. This hallway was almost pitch black. And there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway. Wait, but why build this place like that? Sounds pretty pointless to me. Okay, this house is just another attraction at an amusement park. We created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose, one I can point out to you. This was the reason they built a mirror wall. As it's written in the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger. You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there. That was true at the time, however. Doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. Move the mirror wall. Move the mirror wall? To remove a reflected image, simply move the mirror. First the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. Then, beyond where the mirror was, an empty hallway had to be created. Oh, so what they wanted people to see... So when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror. When they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. It explains why the other side of these fragments have a design on them. Ah, that pattern is the same as the walls in this hallway, Then when the mirror is closed, it would blend in with the rest of the walls. This is the mirror trick this haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprit. Huh? How so? Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside my field of vision. The culprit kept out of sight by hiding here. I mean, I think we all know where it is, but just in case the game's like, nope, you're wrong again, ha! There was a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. If my assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror, then you wouldn't be able to see him. He didn't even need to do anything to the Blue Badger doll. Exactly. All he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror. Wait, hold on. I just thought of something. Yes? Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now, in reality? Since we have a few shots of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, it most definitely is broken. The question is, when was it broken? So we found these inside the victim's costume. That would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound. Leave the money and go, now! That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information. Ah! Don't scare me like that! Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me. Sure, whatever you need. So what do you need anyway? You can first recreate this hallway just before I entered the dining room. You got it! Now this, I believe this is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although at that time, I thought it was but a single straight hallway. And then I went inside. It was around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering. You heard what? Then, yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken. Okay, so then when you stepped outside into the hallway again, the mirror wall should no longer exist. Okay, please recreate that. Got it! Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So where'd he go in his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth? Huh, that's easy enough. With the mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway. I think this about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything. No, not yet. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head. Huh? Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. Inconsistency between what I saw and the recreation lies. Okay, take a good look at the end of the hall. Oh, there's no blue badger there. Exactly, the blue badger that I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point on this long chain of logic, the last remaining contradiction. So let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right? And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose? Oh, it was the dead body, wasn't it? I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger. Of course. The badger I saw was in actuality the dead victim's body. What? Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off, and you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death of Mr. Deacon. No! Maybe it was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror wall was broken. Huh, you were in the house at the time, right? Are you telling me that you missed the sound of a gunshot? There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time, all for theatrics I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in. Ah! Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? It was you, Lansamano! Ah! I'm sorry! boys. It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and straddled me. I fought back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun, and I shot him. The bullet must have went through his body and shattered the mirror. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He's escaped from jail. See? That's justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself. It remains to be seen and will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I'll leave the rest to you. As if you were the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight. Wait, I had nothing to do with the murder. The only person you should be arresting is Lance. Dad! Oh. Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Amano. You tampered with the evidence so that you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. Truly touching. By the way, do you know why I'm really here? And how could I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question? You wound me. I came all this way from across the sea just to see you, you know? You came to see me? What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Amano, about a case from 10 years ago. A case from 10 years ago? Oh, what's the name of that you use here for that case? Sheena! It's known as the KG-8 incident. Ah, that was on the tape from the first case. Oh! The KG-8 incident? Oh, so you remember it. Good. You recall that the trigger in that case was the Amano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring. Internal, not internal, Wazak. Smuggling, there's that word again. At the time, the person was arrested as the ringleader. It was Mr. Amano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Deveray. Huh, Father! Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Deveray, I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. Deveray was arrested in place of you, which is why when he broke out, you hid him from the police, right? You hid him in exchange for his silence over your little dirty secret. Now. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Pretend to be ignorant all you want. We're taking you down to the precinct anyway for a nice long chat. Hold it! Wait, what? What the? Who the heck was that? What? What? Wait. This takes place before the first case? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. I'll take him down to the precinct if you don't mind. And who the heck are you? I'm Jax Portsman, and I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Oh, Jax, thank goodness you're here. Don't jerk me around. This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect. Sorry, but I can't comply. I've got the backing of the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So, if you could please cooperate with me here, that'd be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? Sorry, but I hate prosecutors, the whole lot of you. Guys, arrest the two suspects. Sir! Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, is it? I'd like to thank you. Thank me? Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal. Hey, is that any way to thank someone? What the heck is that supposed to mean? You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. So how does it feel to bite the hand that feeds you? The hand that feeds me? I'm not sure I follow. It's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working with Mr. Amano in the smuggling ring, right? No, I would never do such a thing. What the heck? Our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working at the ring. Ah, so Agent Lang suspected my relation to Mr. Amano. That must be the real reason behind his antagonistic attitude. On top of that, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? There were non-stop rumors flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors, too, are you? The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed. Well, don't worry. It's not only you. The whole lot of you can't be trusted. Prosecutor are never lost in 40 years. Every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by those ideas, is it any wonder that court produced nothing but falsities and lies? It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts. Why is this man so angry with us all? was like his father dropped away or something. Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. So don't forget it. Please wait. Agent Sheena, why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so? Lang is the head of the long-honored House of Lang in Zhangfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country were of Lang blood. Were? What do you mean by that? Aren't they still? They were revered, but that was long ago. They don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts. How can that be? The prosecutor once withheld and tampered with the evidence one of the Lang detectives found. That evidence purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honor and trust. But not all prosecutors are like that. Even so, Lang will never respect the court again, or any prosecutor. So Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors. Man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim, we better catch up. Yeah. We still got to deliver that thing to the old man, after all. Huh. I can't believe all that took place before the first case. Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed home ourselves. Yeah, are you going home too, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I've done nothing but be entangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's alright with you, you can drop me off at my office. No problem, sir. Excuse me. Yes, what is it? Thank you very much. Oh, it's okay. No need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective. I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruel fate. What's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? And to think, I never realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it. I'm a failure. Ah, there she goes again, talking to herself. Miss Pops, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping. No, I have no idea. Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the very beginning he had no interest in the staged self-abduction. Wait, then why did he... I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Pops. Me? Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Dever into cooperating. Father, as a felon, he could not tell you of his real relation to you. However, as the Amano family butler at the very least, he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind. Thank you very much. You're welcome, although there's no need to thank me. Leave me please, stolen our way, Mr. Edgeworth. Way to go, sir. Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief. What are you going on about now? Wow, your deducing skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts. That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. Yeah, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all. If you haven't remembered it in all this time, I guess I'm just gonna have to say it. This isn't the first time we've met, you know. What do you mean, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, how do you know this girl? Looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy. What? Who are you? Wait, Gummy? Wait, are you a new character? Or should I remember you? Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promised I'd return this to you one day, remember? That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past. To that fateful day 7 years ago, when I first met the then child Kay. And Detective Gumshoe. Okay, good. It's a character we should know. I was gonna say, like, should we know who this person is? Because I don't know who this person is. Turnabout Reminiscence. Well, that was a fun chapter. Probably my least favorite chapter yet, though. I don't know. It wasn't super... I don't know. The case itself suffered a little bit from third case syndrome, but I mean, it wasn't a bad case by any means. Yeah. Alright, let's jump right into case 4. Kay Faraday, the young lady who calls herself the second Yatagarasu. The piece of cloth that she conjured up, has taken me back to many years ago. 7 years earlier. Why is it always 7 years in these games? God. Seriously. Same last game, too. Oh, is it me? Can we finally do this again? We have an actual court case today? Court is now in session. Yeah, that's right. I did it. I killed the guy. But it was the great thief Yatagarasu that told me to do it. I asked the defendant just what exactly you're trying to say. Don't you get it? I know the true identity of the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu is the man standing over there at the prosecutor's bench. Are you saying that I'm the Yatagarasu? Don't you dare deny it. You told me to kill him when you snuck into the embassy. Are you claiming that Mr. Faraday is the Yatagarasu? That's exactly what I'm... Mr. Rell, I think we've heard just about enough out of you. Your Honor, please listen to me. I'm telling the truth. You've gotta believe me! I'm gonna say I don't believe you. Sorry, pal. Guilty! In accordance with the defendant's accusation, a new prosecutor shall be called to replace Mr. Faraday. This court will be in recess until the new prosecutor is ready. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, no way, no way. You're lying to me, you're lying to me. We're gonna actually do a court case in this game? No, of course we're not. I'm in my old getup! Sorry. It's almost time. Yeah, whatever. I'll just do the same voice. It's almost time for me to enter the courtroom. I think I did the same voice in Mia's case anyways. And so it is that my first assignment as a prosecutor will be as a replacement for a prosecutor who has been accused by the defendant. Wait, but I thought his first case was with Mia. Oh well. Edgeworth. Oh, Edgeworth! Sir. I did this voice for him, did I not? Have you read over all the documents regarding this trial? Yes, sir. I've memorized everything there is to know. Very good. The paperwork for the prosecutor's substitution is just about complete. Edgeworth, always bear in mind that that is your mentor, Manfred von Karma, will accept nothing short of perfection. I understand, sir. To have the chance to stand in court at such an early stage in my career, I am honored and proud. As I have watched over your studies, I am giving you this very rare chance. Prove yourself. Crush the defendant's pathetic lies into oblivion. Yes, sir. That such a legendary prosecutor is watching over and judging my performance. I have to be perfect in every way. Today's trial should have ended in just 1 minute. Because the defendant was picked up by the security camera, correct? Exactly. The killer had the gall to say that he only killed because he was instructed to do so. Even more outrageous is his claim that the case prosecutor Brian Faraday gave the order. Ha! Faraday is such a fool. He'd been cornered by his very own prey. Sir, are you an acquaintance of Mr. Brian Faraday? Byron? Huh, he's a pathetic man who speaks nothing but nonsense. Nonsense? He once tried to explain to me a way of punishing those who cannot be brought to court. Those who cannot be brought to court? That is nonsense, for no man is above the law. Well, there are always a few exceptions. However, there is no reason to even deal with such individuals. A prosecutor is a guardian of the court, one with no obligation to outside matters. Thus, there is no reason to deal with such individuals, I see. Edgeworth, disgracing yourself as a Faraday will not be forgiven. Oh, disgracing yourself as Faraday will not be forgiven. Have no fear. I will not let you down, sir. In place of the accused, Prosecutor Brian Faraday, I'll prove the defendant guilty. Very good. I've secured an hour of recess for you to prepare to do just that. Show them all the power of von Karma. So have you achieved a firm understanding of the case? I don't have any evidence, so no. Yes, sir. I've memorized everything that is written down in the case files. Well then, explain the case to me. I want to see if you really know what you are talking about. Understood. A murder was committed on September 8th in front of the Kodopian embassy. The victim, Mr. Dead Man. Oh, the victim, Mr. Dead Man. That's pretty funny, actually. Was a staff member at the embassy. The defendant in this case, Mr. Mackerel, was held for questioning on the night of the incident as he was deemed suspicious He was quickly placed under arrest for possession of the murder weapon, a gun. Furthermore, at the time of the murder, the great thief Yatagarasu had successfully infiltrated the Kodopian embassy as well. At first, Rel claimed that he himself was the Yatagarasu, but he did not kill dead man. I wonder what he expected to gain from such a desperate lie. It's possible that he wants to go down well in the spotlight if he is found guilty. There is truly no limit to people's inanity. But I digress. Continue, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, sir. During the trial, the prosecution presented the security footage that captured the murder. The footage clearly showed Mr. Rel as the murderer. The act of Mr. Rel firing the gun could clearly be seen from the visitors' gallery. Upon seeing that, the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder. I did it because I was told to, by the real Yatagarasu, Byron Faraday. Byron? That sounds about right. However, you've forgotten one thing. While this may appear to simply be the murder of a Kodopian embassy staff member, people are actually referring to it as the second KG-8 incident. The second KG-8 incident? I'm very sorry, sir. I fear I failed to study hard enough. Well, even amongst the police, it's information that only a select few are privy to. Could you please enlighten me, sir? Sir, what do you mean by the second KG-8 incident? In order for me to tell you that, you must first learn about the original case. Take a look at these documents. This is a 3-year-old newspaper. You've heard of the Amano Group scandal before, correct? Let's take a quick look at these. Kodopian embassy staff member Manny Koken, Manny found not guilty. The victim is CCU, a shadow of the Amano Group. Yes, I have. The secretary of Ernest Amano, the Amano Group's director, was arrested on a suspicion of smuggling. Correct. CCU is an employee of the Amano Group and a sole witness to the smuggling operation. It was she who brought the crime to light. However, Miss Yu was silenced before she could testify in court. Wasn't the Kodopian embassy staff member arrested for this murder? Yes, a Kodopian by the name of Manny Koken was the suspect. However, due to lack of evidence, the case went unresolved. Lack of evidence? Ha! If only I was in charge of the case, I would have done everything in my power to prove his guilt. To make sure that all criminals are found guilty, my mentor really is dedicated. Faraday was the prosecutor on the case then, and he was as pathetic as ever. Mr. Faraday was in charge of the KG-8 incident as well. That's right. And now, once again, the victim of the case you are currently assigned to was someone who is scheduled to testify against that smuggling organization. And just like last time, the victim was murdered right before he was to testify. You're catching on. The victim was murdered just before his day in court against the smuggling organization. Events are occurring almost exactly the same way as they did in the KG-8 incident. So that's why it is being called the second KG-8 incident? Yes. Yet there is one difference between the two incidents. What would that be? The so-called noble thief that is sending everyone into an uproar. The great thief Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu? Better find out more. If it is true that the Yatagarasu showed up at the Kodopian embassy, what could he or she have been after? No doubt to steal any suspicious accounting records and release them publicly, or more likely to steal the secrets from the Kodopian Empire itself, since the item that the Yatagarasu stole from there was sent to the police. What was it that the Yatagarasu sent to the police? I don't know the details. Anything related to the Yatagarasu is getting the top secret treatment. Still, I find it very ironic. By returning the stolen item to the police, it was proof positive that the Yatagarasu had infiltrated the embassy on the same day the staff member was killed. Criminals have a way of incriminating themselves, wouldn't you say? That would be the very first time the Yatagarasu has left evidence behind, correct? Yes, indeed. If you wish to learn more about the Yatagarasu, I suggest you ask Faraday. Mr. Faraday? He happens to be the prosecutor in charge of the Yatagarasu case as well. He's the prosecutor in charge of both the KG-8 incident and the Yatagarasu case. Mr. Faraday really has a lot on his plate. What is it, little girl? You're scary, mister. Did you need something? I want to trade these coins with you. A fistful of dimes, quarters, and pennies, but it looks like you've exactly $1. Is this what you want? Thanks, that's exactly what I needed. Could that child be here to watch the trial? How disrespectful for a child like that to be running around inside the courthouse. Does no one have respect for this country's judicial system anymore? The paperwork for the prosecution's substitute is complete. Why, do you know how much time there is left before the trial resumes? I'm so sorry. I could have you mopping up this courthouse instead of protecting it in an instant. It's no bother, sir. Not being completely prepared could prove to be a perfect handicap for me. A proud one you are. You had better collect the evidence from Faraday and prepare yourself. It's time for your debut, Edgeworth. This is cool. I like this. I always like going back in time. It's always cool to me. Just what is going on? Why isn't Faraday here yet? How is it possible the defense is not prepared yet either? Bayleaf, where is Mr. Faraday? I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. Uh-oh. Is she dead? Aw, you must be the one Mr. Von Karma recommended. Oh, look at that sprite. It's different. I hear this will be your first trial. I look forward to seeing how you perform. Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. So, it looks like the trial is about to resume, however... Yes, it will be all but impossible to prove the witness a liar. Without the evidence from Faraday, what is that blasted buffoon up to? Is it a Wait, I think it... It's an emergency, sirs! Oh, sirs, it's me. Never mind, I thought it was Meekins. Silence! There shall be no yelling in the sacred hell of hall, not law. Bayleaf, remove that man from this courtroom at once. Oh, please. Wait, you have to listen to me. There's an emergency. Defendant lobby number 2, Mr. Faraday and the defendant. The two of them, they're both dead, Your Honor. What? What? Well, that was a strange first case. Oh, it's this guy. Okay. Stay back. No one's allowed in the crime scene. Period. Just who does this oddball think he is? He's becoming quite the hot spot. Is she Miss Rose's defense attorney? Hey you! No running in the hallway, pal! And who are you to tell me what to do? I'll never find out what's going on like this. It's time for some civil discourse. Excuse me, but who are you? Detective Tyrell Bad. Homicide. I was informed of the situation and came as quickly as possible, so how did you arrive and inspect the body before me? Faraday requested for me to testify in the trial. Plain and simple. Mr. Faraday requested that you be here. I've already contacted HQ about the situation. I've got nothing to say to you, kid. Kid? I'm Mr. Faraday's substitute in today's trial. Therefore, I insist you must update me on the situation. I can't back down here. I have a right to know. Do I need to teach you a thing or two about how to talk to adults, kid? Is he threatening me? Is he going for his gun? It's just a mirror. How dare he trick me like that? Faraday was stabbed to death with some kind of blade. He had a gun in his right hand. The other man, Mr. Macrell, was shot and killed. He was found holding a bloody knife in his hand. Was there anyone else who went to the defendant lobby number 2? Yeah, the big lug over there. His name's Gumshoe. He was in charge of guarding this place. He's claiming that no one else entered the room. If that's the case, then they must have killed each other. They must have killed each other, correct? Maybe. It's impudent. This guy is really testing my patience. Why was I not informed that you were going to testify in court?
Homicides aren't my only gig. The Yatagarasu case is also one of my assignments.
So you were called upon to comment on the Yatagarasu's characteristics, in order to assess if Mr. Faraday really was the Yatagarasu or not.
Well, looks like you just might have a brain after all in that head of yours, son.
Son? I'm not your son, Pops. And you are...
Who, me? Hey, pal. It's common courtesy to tell someone your name first before asking theirs.
Point taken. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a district prosecutor.
A prosecutor? I've never seen a prosecutor as young as you, pal.
I've told you my name. Now, would you mind telling me yours?
Detective Dick Gumshoe. Just recently, I achieved my dream of becoming a detective. More than a dream, it's what I was born to do. Wait, maybe I should check and make sure I'm not really in some crazy dream first.
This detective is entirely too excited to be in a murder scene. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling me what you know about the incident?
You know that I don't have to tell you anything, right?
I know that, but it would behoove you to fill me in on what you know.
Wow, you're a proud one for such a youngster, aren't you? Well, anyway, Detective Bad is the one in charge, so you're just gonna have to ask him for all the details, okay? As for me, I was guarding the door to the defendant lobby number 2.
So you were the guard detail. Did you notice anything strange while you were on duty?
I freaked out when I heard a gunshot, and then I kind of froze.
You're a detective and a measly gunshot scared you that much. Again, I can hardly claim to not know what it's like to hear one at close range.
Then Detective Bat came running to the scene. We went to lobby number 2 together, and both men were lying there, dead.
Is that everything?
Yeah, that's it. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
Interesting. Other than the gunshot, you didn't hear a single sound of commotion.
But didn't he have a bloody knife in one of the hands?
Do you have a minute?
You know, I'm not really into talking to people I don't know, especially at a time like this.
I apologize for not introducing myself before bothering you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I was to take Mr. Faraday's place in court.
Edgeworth, huh? Never heard of you. So Faraday's substitute is a newbie, huh?
Well, have you known, madam, that I studied under Manfred von Karma? Do not take me for some naive novice.
Do not take me for some naive novice. So you're a student of Von Karma. I should have. Those clothes are a dead giveaway.
Stop right there. These are the garments of one who gallantly presents the facts.
Thanks for the great laugh, but try not to make me laugh so much, okay?
I wasn't trying to do anything of the sort.
Just kidding. I was just goofing around. By the way, do you know who I am? My name is Callisto Yu. And if you're telling the truth, then we are about to go head-to-head in court.
But of course, I've heard much about you, Miss Yu.
But of course, I've heard much about you. You're a regular Shakespeare.
Did I say something funny? Why can't you update me on the situation?
I don't really know anything. Why don't you try talking to those detectives over there?
If that's the case, then why are you here? What's so funny?
It's just the way you speak is so tactless. The person I was going against in court until only a little while ago was just murdered. It's not like I can go back into the courtroom pretending as though nothing happened.
That's a good point. I apologize for asking such an insensitive question.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Miss Yu! There's someone here who wishes to see you.
Who is it?
Codian embassy staff member by the name of Manny Koken. What? What's going on? Detective Bad and Miss Yu's mood just changed all of a sudden. Wait a second. Wasn't Manny Koken?
I'll be right there.
It's nice to see you again, Miss Yu.
Why are you here? I have no desire to ever see you again.
Now. Actually, would you mind stepping outside for a brief chat?
Fine, let's go.
Bad.
Von Karma, it's been a long time.
I knew you would show up. You usually do when the Yatagarasu is involved, and I see this case is no exception. Do you know Detective Bad, sir? Yes, like an old bloodhound that never leaves the scene of a crime. If only you get a promotion and move on.
Crimes where a detective is most useful and effective.
Huh, not like I don't know that. Moving on though, bad. The man I just passed by. Was he not the suspect from the KG-8 incident? So I was right. Just what is that man doing wandering around here? That Faraday, I can't believe he let such an easy catch get away. Imbecile! I would have proved his guilt in 3 minutes.
But Karma, I think you said enough for now. It's in poor taste to speak like that about the departed.
Very well. Back on topic. I'm placing Edgeworth in charge of the investigation here.
What? Oh my god, it's young Von Karma, what? Papa, how can you place him in charge?
Franziska, what are you doing here?
I'm here for summer vacation, what else?
Franziska Von Karma, so she's here on vacation from Germany. She's the daughter of Manfred Von Karma and a student of his who's also junior to me.
You're the one who's junior to me, don't you forget it.
You're not conveniently avoiding the bar examination, are you?
If you were able to pass, then I'll have absolutely no trouble at all. I'll never allow myself to lose to you. Never.
Why does she always have to be this competitive?
Anyway, Papa, are you really assigning Miles Edgeworth to cover the case?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
Well, you know, I'm close to becoming a prosecutor myself. And I'm 100% confident that I can do a better job than him.
It's just like Franziska. She has no problem bad-mouthing someone right in front of them. Bad.
Yeah?
These two will be conducting the investigation.
What? You want me to let both of these kids loose on the crime scene?
Ha! This is a perfect opportunity for them to work on their prosecutorial skills.
Crime scene is not a place for children to be messing around in.
I'm the one with authority over this crime scene, Bad, and I will not tolerate complaining. Edgeworth, Franziska, I leave this case to the two of you.
Understood, sir. Yes, Papa.
I'll go take care of the paperwork now. Remember, I'll accept nothing but a perfect report from both of you. Do not disappoint me.
Hold up, Von Karma. I still haven't agreed to this. Miles Edgeworth. It's been quite some time, Franziska. This will be the perfect chance for us to see which of us is truly worthy of the Von Karma name.
Would it kill you to at least say hello?
Long time no see.
Very good.
Just because you became a prosecutor first doesn't mean you can act all proud.
She hasn't changed a bit.
Miles Edgeworth. As I was saying, we shall see which of us is worthy of the Von Karma name.
For crying out loud, they were reduced to a babysitter. Looks like Mr. Von Karma was successful in convincing the detective. It's just like him, he never fails. Now I'd appreciate it if you could quickly run me through the facts, Detective Bad.
You'd better off checking things out on your own.
Very well. Seems like getting help from Detective Bad will be a most arduous task. Is this the only real explanation that they killed each other simultaneously?
Miles Edgeworth, you should listen to someone until they are finished talking.
What are you talking about?
Only say it one more time. This is a competition to see who is truly worthy of the Von Karma name.
Competition?
The person that figures out the truth first wins.
So the person who doesn't discover the truth is a dishonor to the name?
Exactly. I don't care that you became a prosecutor before me. I simply refuse to hear any more foolish things come from your foolishly foolish mouth.
Fine, whatever makes you happy.
Can I take that as you accepting my challenge?
Once again, whatever makes you happy.
Well then, let's begin the investigation, shall we? I'm going to find the perfect evidence and pretty present it to the professional I am.
Competing to discover the truth behind a crime. How delightfully childish.
You kids over there, hold it! Kid?
Ha,
serves you right, Miles. He just called you a kid.
I said kids, kid.
How dare you call me a kid as well?
I'll do what I please, and I won't allow you to cause a ruckus on my crime scene. Hey, big guy, you're gonna watch over these two.
Yes, sir. Detective Bad, sir. Now, what do I say from now on, kids, okay? You better not get in our way, Scruffy. You'll feel the bite of my whip if you do. Eek. Then you, prosecutor boy. Well, let's get your investigation started already, alright?
Great, now even that detective is treating me like a child.
Alright, it's time to get investigating. Get a move on, prosecutor boy.
My name is Miles Edgeworth. If you were to call me prosecutor boy one more time, it will be my duty as a prosecutor to look into your monthly salary.
What? And what would you do with my salary after you saw how much it was?
That's up to you now, isn't it?
Really? Sounds good, pal.
He's so naive.
Begin investigation.
Detective Bad, may I have a word with you?
What is it?
It appears that both a knife and a gun were used as murder weapons.
Yeah, it does.
That leads us to our first question in the investigation. Where did the men acquire their weapons?
The gun was inside of Faraday's bag. It was a piece of evidence that was presented in the trial earlier today. It was used to kill the Cadopian embassy staff member. But I never heard anything about this knife. Mr. Rell is being held by the police. There's no way he could have brought it in. Which means it's possible that Faraday had the knife on him from the start as well.
Could it have been a piece of evidence that had yet to be presented? But then, why doesn't Detective Bad know about it? Wait, what if... It's possible that Mr. Faraday brought the knife in under the guise of prosecutorial evidence. He could have then brought it out and attacked Mr. Rell with it.
Huh. Maybe you've got a brain in there after all, kid.
He's going to treat me like a child forever.
Unless Mr. Faraday attacked Mr. Rell first, who then counterattacked. That's the only logical conclusion you can draw from a scene like this.
Not yet. I feel that it's much too early to be drawing conclusions already. I must first find conclusive evidence so as to ensure the honor of the Von Common name. Alright guys, well I think I'm going to end today's episode here for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So you're going to see more of this awesome game. We're going to be playing it till the end because I love this thing. I'll probably record one more video today while I'm sick, and then hopefully the next video after that will be not bad. Is this beginning part 1? Because that would really suck. No, it's just beginning. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all later. Peace out!